Alright, people, welcome back to the channel, Comic Book Opinion. My name's Elias. Welcome to the channel. What I'm gonna go through in this short video, a few minutes or whatnot, is my thoughts and opinions on certain titles that I read. Really good reads, some of the books I found on Comic Book Hunting. So I'm just gonna get into it. Thanks for listening, guys. The first thing I read is issue 2 of the Legion of Night. This is really good. Art is fantastic. I don't know how many series it is from Marvel Comics. Artist name, the writer's name, other people that contributed. It's really good, man. This is a good story. It has to do with Fin Fang Foom and a character known as Omen. I think his real name was Chin or something like that, and he transforms himself to Omen. So what it is about, it's about Fin Fang Foom. If you know, it's a, I don't know if he's a entity or a god or whatever, but he's a huge dragon, and he's distorting reality with his dreams. So everything's getting caught in the dragon's dreams, and it's becoming reality, or it's affecting reality. So you have a certain group of characters. I think 2 of them are psychiatrists, one of them's a scientist, the other one's a writer, and then there's this small, like 6-7-year-old girl, and she's in tune with the shadows or something like that, or your personal soul's shadow, which you have to kind of communicate with, so you could get inside the dragon's dreams, and they have a battle and all this stuff. This is really good. I think this is from '91, so I'm just flip through some of the pages to see what kind of the art is. It's really fantastic, really good read. If you guys have heard of this or know the whole story, let me know, or leave some comments behind. But this is good. This was a jewel. And then I read Armageddon 2001. This is really good. This is like I think in '90s also. I forgot exactly what year, but it's from DC. It's really good. It's about a main villain called Monarch. And I forgot the character's name, but he becomes Wave Rider, and I think might also be his first appearance and also his origin story. But this guy named Monarch, in this reality, he has a huge some kind of war or whatever, but he kills all the superheroes, and all the superheroes die. So he's the only one that's that controls everything, and it becomes to a point where it's like there's nothing to live for, and everything is stale, and it's just you get the idea of that. And the particular character, his last name was Rider. I forgot his first name, but he becomes Wave Rider. He has a thing with his family and all this other stuff, and he tries to fight back, but he's having this dream about superheroes. So he runs into this old shop where they sell videos, or they sell disc onto a computer, and it's an old school computer, and he finds out that he could get in touch with Monarch. And he kind of tricks Monarch into talking to him. And at the same time this is happening, he's a scientist, and a group of his scientists kind of get the theory of time travel. So he convinces Monarch to go through with it and pay for the funds and all this other stuff, so he could go back in time and try to stop Monarch. And Monarch agrees with it without him knowing about it. So and then at the very end, the character becomes Wave Rider. It's really good. Also, I'm going to flip through the pages, and you can get the idea what the art is. Old school comic books, yo, this shit is badass, man. Composition, the art still pops, the color's still good. This story kind of reminds me of the movie Equilibrium. So if you know anything about Equilibrium, you kind of get that that feel to it. Also, another jewel. I think this was really good. All right, I got this Punisher and Batman. This was awesome. I don't know if this is their first appearance or together or whatnot, but this is, when I saw it, I was like, what? This is awesome. For Marvel and DC. So Punisher follows Jigsaw into Gotham, and he's trying to stop him. And Jigsaw gets his face, plastic surgery to his face, and goes he goes in business with the Joker, and Joker promises Jigsaw that he was going to promise him like the big mob and money and all this other stuff to be the top boss. But the Joker ends up, I think, not really double crossing him, but he doesn't go through his plans. It's really good. At the same time that's going on, Batman is like lurking in the shadows and seeing what's popping. And when you're first reading it, it gives you the indication where Batman's already ran into Punisher before. So he kind of knows him, and they know each other. So when they fight, the Punisher is like, oh, he's skilled in his fights a little bit more. He's not such of a brawler. And when Batman sees the Punisher in the distance, he already know who he is. So at the very end, they end up kind of teaming up, but at the end, they go their separate ways, and it's a really good ending. This was really awesome. Art is good, composition's good, the art pops, the color pops, everything was good, man. This is very entertaining. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you know anything about it, this is their first appearance. I'm gonna do my due diligence and do a research on it. But yo, when I ran into this, I thought this was a jewel when I read it, and it's very entertaining. I like it when you get comic books that are kind of rare or have these special kind of not a gimmick to it, but it kind of follows through with the art, and it follows through with the writing, and it kind of ends up being very badass overall. So again, this is another jewel. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about is this thing called Dead Lucky. I ran into the first 6 issues. This is really good. I'm gonna go through this art real quick and go into an explanation. I forgot the main character's name, but it's really good. It's about this particular town overrun by robots. I forgot the name of this company, but they're like a big corporation that's running the city, and it has to do with like the San Francisco area, and they take over other cities in the world or in the United States, but they pay attention to this one particular city. And when explaining it, I'm gonna go through the covers. But yeah, it's really good. And this particular character, she is a vet. She came back from war, and her whole I don't know if it's a platoon or her whole squad got murdered, or not murdered, but they died in action, and she's the only survivor. And her PTSD has given her a power where she has an electric field to the souls connected to her soldiers that she died with. She should have been dead, but she's the only survived. So she's now in civilian life, and she works in the restaurant with her parents. And her parents are the only company left, or restaurant left, in this particular area where the corporation is taking everything under control. And they refuse to sell. So she's dealing with that, and at the same time she speaks to these souls, and they're talking back to her, and it's very clever, the writing, where she you know how you get the word bubbles, where it's giving you the narration of the thought of the person's narrating it, the character narrating it. She's actually talking to you and breaking the fourth wall, and almost like a monologue, but she's talking to the characters, her dead people. And she's letting you know and following through what the story is going on. Very clever writing. This is incredible. The art pops, the color pops. She is in a relationship with a old boyfriend that she needs to grow up with that helps her with the tech. And then she gets, she powered this one particular robot that he built to fight the other robots that are trying to take over. Again, very good. So I'm gonna just follow through this. If you heard about this, this came out a few years ago. No, early 2000s, I think. Dead Lucky, man. For Image Comics. Composition's good. Art is good. Story is good. That's what it's going to get into. If you're into like mech kind of thing, it's not really heavy into that, but it implies it a lot. And if you guys ran into this or read this, let me know. And I think there might be more than 6 issues out there. This is again a small little jewel that I found. Good read, fast paced, easy to read actually too, man. Very funny at times, and clever in the writing. And the characters actually make you kind of feel for them a little bit, and the story overall is good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. That's all I'm gonna share. Let me know what y'all think. Have a good one out there.